Ilya Topuria says Arman is scared of him. Arman says that Topuria is scared of him. And he also says, on a side note, Dan Hooker is still a bitch. Just thought that needed to be said. Dan Hooker and Arman have exchanged words in the media, not complimentary words. Dan Hooker was supposed to fight Justin Gaethje in March, but he injured his hand and had to pull out of that. Merab is really going to be taking on Corey Sandhagen next. Sandhagen indicates that he'd like to fight in November at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Merab is down, but he's actually itching to get in there earlier. He's looking to get in there in October in Vegas.
November? He was talking to Joe Rogan recently, and he seemed to imply maybe New York in November as when it could happen.
So I have to. So I got a text from UFC and Hunter Campbell, and they said enjoy in Georgia. We saw the videos. Have a good time, and when you come back to Vegas, let's have a dinner. So I'm here in Vegas. I'm waiting for text or call with them. Maybe if they don't text me, I will text them. And I'm excited to have a dinner with Hunter Campbell and with. Whoever will be there from UFC, and then I guess they will ask me when I want to fight, and so I'm happy that I am first time I'm this good position now.
Yes.
I can choose when I want to fight, but I want to fight as soon as possible. I heard they have an event here in Las Vegas, October 4th, I think, and I want to fight soon. I don't want to wait too much. But what do you think? Maybe I ask you advice. Should I fight in Las Vegas here, or should I wait November MSG?
It's just 1 month later.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to wait.
You don't want to wait? Because I was going to say MSG.
MSG?
Because it's a very personal fight for you. You lived in New York. You'll have friends there, family there, etc. Okay. And it's the best arena in the world. If it was waiting 2 months, I would say too long. 1 month, I think it's worth it.
No big difference.
But I do know the taxes are different, right?
Yeah, I heard this, but I don't care. To be honest, I don't care.
So then I would wait. If you could fight MSG, every fighter should fight. The best fighters fight at MSG.
Yeah, okay. That's because I never fought there.
You never fought there.
Never.
It's the world's most famous arena.
Okay.
And for you and your story that you came to New York to follow your dream, to be able to fight in the world's most famous arena, you could fight in. There's so many Vegas events. There's only one New York event every year.
Okay.
If I were you and you have the opportunity, I would go for MSG.
Okay.
You're gonna do it.
Okay.
Tell Hunter, my friend Ariel said.
Okay.
MSG.
Okay. We'll do.
It's just so special, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think. You agree?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Israel Adesanya still looking for that Sean Strickland rematch. That's the fight he wants next.
But someone sent me a screenshot and said, "Oh, bro, he's fat now." And I was like, "Hey," and I saw it. I was like, "Oh shit." But Sean's a guy that he definitely has a lot of old school stuff, trauma that he has to deal with, and we all go through shit. But I think for him, that's easy. He should have just said something and start roasting me or whatever. That's a Sean Strickland thing to do. But he's been quiet, so I was like, "Oh, Sean, it's June, Men's Mental Health Month. I hope you're looking after your mental health and also look after your physical health. You fat bitch."
The UFC returns to Abu Dhabi Saturday, October 25th for UFC 321. Jailton Almeida wants on that card. This is the card I always ask the UFC to be a part of. Please, guys, put me in there. Can be against anyone. Volkov, Aspinall, Gane, anyone. Aspinall and Gane will probably be matched up against each other for the belt, so that leaves Volkov for him to fight. Almeida is 7-1 in the UFC. Only loss was to Curtis Blades, second round TKO via hammer fist. Pantoja's pound for pound list has Islam Makhachev number 1, then himself, then Merab, and then Ilya Topuria number 4. But the way it is right now in the new rankings, Topuria is number 1, then Makhachev, then Dvalishvili 3, and number 5 is Pantoja. Chael Sonnen thinks that Ilya Topuria should have 3 belts, the 145 belt, 155 belt, and the BMF belt. He beat Max Holloway, but the belt was not on the line. But for Max's next fight, it will be on the line against Dustin Poirier. Maybe if Poirier wins the belt and retires, he keeps it and it goes away forever. Or someone else, 2 other guys fight for the vacant BMF belt.
There was a mistake made. And the mistake was made to put Ilya in there with the reigning BMF champion and not to put up the belt. That son of a bitch should have 3 belts right now. And we're having a totally different talk if he does. The marketing and the posters are totally different if we had that. But we got to follow it to the T. And the belt's either up or it's not. And I only share that as, yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable. He didn't just beat up 3 killers. I mean, but the way the story gets told about Max, everybody likes Max and respects Max, and we know how great he was. There's more to it. He was the reigning BMF champion. Ilya Topuria should have had 2 over his shoulder and 1 around the waist, and I really do think that was an error. I'm glad that error is not going to be made the next time Max fight. I'm glad they're making him put the belt up. If you got the belt, it's got to be on the line.
The BMF belt lineage has Jorge Masvidal originally winning the belt against Nate Diaz at UFC 244 in 2019. Then he vacated the belt. Justin Gaethje beat Poirier. They fought for it in 2023. Gaethje knocked him out and won the belt. Then Gaethje tried to defend the belt the following year against Max Holloway at UFC 300, but Max Holloway knocked him out in the very last second of the fight to win the belt. He never defended it, but he will later this month at the main event of UFC 318 in New Orleans, Louisiana, against Dustin Poirier in front of Poirier's hometown fans. That 318 card isn't the greatest. It's got like 14, 15 fights, but it's more of like a fight night card. Holloway versus Poirier is a good final fight for Poirier. Then you got Johnson, Zellhuber, I don't know, Gauthier, Valentin, Ige Pitbull, Costa Kopolov, Vittori Allen, Fugit Dulatov. Aliskerov versus Ferreira is canceled. Aliskerov hurt his foot. Magny Nelson, Phillips Oliveira, and Judice versus Cagliari, as well as you got Kevin Holland, D-Rod, Bresky versus Ryan Spann. So it's more of a glorified fight night card than anything. Tricky Pitbull fighting in Ryzen on the 27th of this month, so he's working on his stomps and soccer kicks, amongst other things. He's coming off a loss in a grappling match against Arman Sarukian in May.
Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents.
Luis Hernandez, who's also a cop, before he took a couple shots from Sean Strickland, improved his record in MMA to 6-0, including a 3-second knockout, which is kind of crazy. He just went out there and head kicked the guy and knocked him out in 3 seconds, but now he's 6-0. He does not want Sean Strickland to face any penalty from the Nevada Athletic Commission, although he probably will. The commission will probably fine him or do something. Luis Hernandez may be on the Contender Series list later this summer.
I noticed they looked at me and they laughed. You know, they said something. I think he said something to one of the other cornermen, or I know it was like 3 of them. They said something and they started laughing at me, and I was like, man, I'm not a joke. You know, I believe I am the real deal. You know, I got 11 fights, 6 pro fight finishes now, and 5 finishes an amateur. So they probably think, oh yeah, this guy's a cop, and you know, they looked at me and I saw them laughing, and I was like, oh okay, you're gonna laugh at me? I'm gonna get the last laugh. And you know, some things were said. Both, you know, when the fight was going on, you know, I heard, you know, some things being said. You know, I'm trying to remember everything now. And the whole moment happened itself. You see me laughing. Fun. This is literally fun for me. I enjoy it. This is my passion. You know, at work, I'm a professional, you know, being in law enforcement, and I have to, you know, I do everything by the book. In the cage, I can have fun. It's like I get to flip the switch, enjoy myself, and I honestly think, you know, things escalated. I was like, I didn't expect that at all. You see me, I'm laughing. I'm like, I didn't expect what happened to happen. Happening. I believe I heard, oh, he's tired. His arms are going to blow out. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Blow the kiss. And I did the tongue. I said, again, a great time, you know, with the sticking the tongue out. Like, I didn't think he was going to take it that personal, because, you know, I'm pretty sure he does a lot of talking in the cage. You know, I hope the commission does not, you know, like they even asked me, they're like, hey, you're going to press charge? I'm like, what? No. And I would never want anything to happen to these guys, because I actually like them, you know, and I hope they watch this. And, you know, I have nothing against Sean, nothing against Chris, nothing against Extreme Couture. I like those guys.